Hey, I wanted to try to implement MCP servers and demystify what it is. So first I'm going to present a few slides to explain some concept that I understand them. So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It was made by Anthropic to define a standard to communicate with agents. So it gives the ability to communicate simply with pre-made agents, MCP servers, and ask them to do something, and they're gonna figure out, what API they need to use. You don't have to connect the API. You don't have to know the API. Supposedly, we'll see if it works. And if the API changes, you don't have to change your code. So the goal is to make things universal and simple to use. So just like electricity, you have a plug, you want to plug your lamp into it, and you just plug it. So that's how simple it should be. It's like a universal interface to a, MCP that does something or several things, and you're just asking the MCP server to do those things just by talking to it. The benefit is it's going to hide the complexity behind the scenes. So if you need to change the complexity, here's the example: is electricity comes from different sources, and you don't see this complexity. When they're going to use solar electricity or nuclear electricity or whatever electricity is needed. You need the electricity. You need a simple experience. So the MCP hides that from the end user, and I'm going to try to demonstrate that if it works in a demonstration. So really, it's all about simplicity and making the complexity behind the scenes to be totally not there for the people who are using the MCP servers. So it's really a matter of making complex things invisible for the people who are consuming the MCP. An example is if I want to do an agent today in Copilot Studio, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be successful. But you really need to understand Power Platform very well. You need to fetch, for example, if I want to do an agent that's going to look at my agenda for the day and give me the list of my meetings for today. I'm not a Power Platform developer. It's very hard for me to figure out, what are the tools I need to use and how I need to use them. I need to get the calendar. I need to find the right calendar. I need to fetch all the meetings in the calendar. There's different connectors to do that. I need to use them in a way that everything is passed to one connector to the other. It can be very complicated. So let's try that now in Copilot Studio. So I started to build this agent. There's nothing into it. There's just a name to debrief, and this agent sends an email summarizing all the meetings of the day. So the thing's going to be here in the instructions, but before doing the instructions, I'm going to add some tools. But as you can gonna see, when I add a tool, I can either use the Microsoft connectors here, but then I need to understand how that works, and it can be complicated for simple things like sending an email is straightforward, but when you have to fetch different things in the calendar, I was not able to succeed. So I thought maybe using the Model Context Protocol here, because Microsoft released several of them, and one is about managing the contacts, managing email, and meeting management. So I'm going to use this one first. We're not going to send an email. And I'm going to add it to my agent. And you're going to see there are several things that are going to be provided in this MCP, because obviously I need to be able to get access to the meetings and fetch each meeting and get probably the information that is in the meeting. I don't know how to do that with the the Power Platform connectors. So here it says all the tools he has available. So we're gonna see if I need to name those tools to make it work, or if I just can give in natural language what I'm trying to do. And we'll test it iteratively, not easy to say. And we'll see how it works. So I added this tool. And now I'm gonna go into the instructions and try a first thing with the instructions. So I'm gonna say, look at today meetings in the default calendar and create a table with the title, the date and time slot, and the description of the meeting. The organizer, the attendees. So I don't know how to do that with the connectors. I'm gonna just try to do that without telling him that I want to use that first. So we'll see if I need to specify that you should use this tool. But let's be optimistic here. I'm just going to save that. And we'll see how it works, if it works well or not. So I can change topic here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to refresh just to be sure that I'm using the latest version. Yeah, I'm to debriefing. Okay, so I'm going to say go. So now we see in the activity map what it's going to do. So first it's telling me I need to connect. Okay, this is a typical thing that they shouldn't ask in the future. So it looks at all the things, it does something with calendars, and so it comes back with Copilot demonstration, prep for demo purpose, organizer. So if I go there in the calendar view, there's a Copilot demonstration prep, there's a leadership meeting demo, and there's a Copilot brainstorming. So apparently it does an awesome job. I was expecting more struggle here, quite frankly, because I did some other tests where maybe I didn't prompt the correct way previously. So let's open that so we can see that the attendees are here. And so it does an awesome job. Yeah, it does exactly what it is. And imagine if you have to do that with the connectors, the Power Platform connectors, it's just a nightmare. I don't know what input I need to pass and everything. It's just amazing how simple it was. So I think I should stop the video here because it's very pleasing, because I succeeded just with the first prompt. So now that's another area where I struggle. I want to take the output and send an email. So let's see if I'm adding the other tool, which is another model context protocol with email. I want to send an email. So it's not meeting, it should be somewhere email management. Okay. So I'm gonna add that too. I'm gonna add instruction. So same thing, I can see all the things you can do. You can send an email, so that's probably what I want. But as you can see in the previous one, I didn't mention the name of the tool. He was able to figure it out from my instructions. That's just amazing. So I added that, and so look at today's meeting in the info. Okay, and we're gonna say then send a well formatted email with the table. It's probably 2T. Okay. So last time I did that, it was not able to send the email right away. I'm not sure why. I had to say, hey, send it. So we'll test it. So I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to say go. And let's pray. So it's initiating. So the first thing is initiation. So that's fine. No big deal here. It asked me again. So I guess I'm not sure. I need to figure out, how to avoid to do that. Or maybe because there was a new MCP server. So here, that's really weird because you see now he's saying, what is the end time in UTC for the calendar view for meetings you want to retrieve? So previously, he didn't ask me for that. So I don't know why suddenly he decided to ask me that. The first one was very successful. So that's how you need to iterate. So here you're gonna say, look at today's meetings between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Let's be large, because I saw another problem was the time zone was not respected. So I changed a little bit. Let's see if I redo this. And this, apparently there's a memory concept, so it remembers things that happened in the past. I'm not sure if it does when I refresh. So let's try another time. I knew there will be struggle. Not surprised here. So it's nascent concept, and hopefully I will learn how to work with it, and Microsoft will do a better job. So this time it did it again, but as you can see, it didn't send the email. It did a very good job here. So if I say here, send the email, please. I'm not sure why it's not sending the email in the flow. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comment if you know how to make it send the email automatically. So now I send the email. And so I can go in my email and see if I received the email. And it's definitely not well formatted. So maybe I need to change something here. So I'm going to go back here. So I'm going to say well formatted HTML. Then send a well formatted HTML email with the table. So you can see that's how you iterate your test. You see if the flow is going well. And it will require some testing, adjusting. adjustments for sure. So let's do another test. Maybe it's going to trigger a new question. Who knows? Apparently it does the job. It doesn't send the email though. Still doing something here. So we shall see the email here in the activity coming soon. Hopefully. For whatever reason, it's doing something, but I don't know what it's doing. It's blinking, so I'm guessing it's doing something. Let's see if I received any. I doubt that. No, I didn't receive a second one. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, there was an error. It's too large. So the well-formatted HTML email didn't work this time. Pretty weird. So I'm not sure what to do next. Let's try another time. Let's be stubborn here. But that's the kind of struggle, at least I have. I saw that other people have the same kind of struggle. But I'm not an expert in this new concept, and I'm not a developer, so cannot really troubleshoot. And now it's telling me, oh, I need a calendar. Before it didn't ask me for a calendar. So really weird behavior. Maybe it comes from the MCP server itself. Maybe it comes from me. Maybe it comes from both. But that's how you need to play. It's not stable enough today. I mean, between the default calendar. I'm going to say name calendar. Let's do a last test. And I'm going to stop the video here after that ultimate test. Not taste. Okay, let's hope this time. But as you can see, what was, especially in the first demonstration, what was pretty impressive is you don't have to know how the MCP connectors are working. You just invoke. You don't know exactly what information they need. So sometimes here you see the detail in the inputs, but sometimes you can adjust your prompt with the information that are missing. And that's the power of it. And if tomorrow Microsoft was requiring other parameters, you won't have to, theoretically, you won't have to change the way you talk to the MCP server. I'm not sure about that because here you can see that it's expecting some inputs. But supposedly you should have the same information you need to pass to the MCP server, or at least it will ask you back, give me more context because I need that. That's why it's doing that. So let's see, final test, send the email. And hopefully, I don't know why it will be too big to be sent. To me, it doesn't seem very, I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't send the email. Okay. please send the email. It's sending the email finally after 2 tries. And now I have a second email, and now it's well formatted. I don't have the name, I have the email address. And here I have a description, I have a time slot. So here you see UTC. So I'm not sure if the time zone is correct, but my first demonstration of MCP server, just to show the concept and also the struggle, I think it's really impressive. So if you want to support this channel, this YouTube channel, please subscribe and like and comment. I will really appreciate it. It will help me to encourage me to build more content if you think this content is useful. See you soon.